Meet David, the average Joe. David was an ordinary man. He lived in a small town, worked as a librarian, and loved his dog Sparky. Life was simple, routine, predictable. He liked it that way. David wasn't looking for adventure, for glory, for a life any different than the one he had. His days were filled with the quiet rustle of turning pages, the comforting scent of old books, and the soft hum of conversations between eager readers. He found peace in the organized chaos of the library, in the stories held within each book, in the lives he touched by connecting people to the written word. David never imagined he was destined for anything more. He was content with his quiet life, with being just David, the librarian. He had no idea how drastically things were about to change. He had no idea the universe had other plans for him. It started subtly, a faint hum in his ears, a tingling sensation in his fingertips, a sudden surge of energy that left him feeling strangely empowered. At first he dismissed it. Stress, he thought, or maybe not enough sleep. But the strange occurrences persisted. Objects moved with the brush of his hand, seemingly of their own accord. He could lift objects twice his size, his strength amplified beyond anything he thought humanly possible. His reflection in the mirror seemed to crackle with an unseen energy. Fear turned to curiosity, then to a sense of awe. He was different, special. The realization was both exhilarating and terrifying. What did it mean? What was happening to him? He was just David, the librarian. What was he supposed to do with these powers? The world watched with bated breath as a colossal metallic object descended from the sky, casting an ominous shadow over the planet. The news called it an unidentified flying object, but the fear in everyone's eyes whispered a different truth. Aliens. Panic ensued. Governments scrambled, scientists struggled for answers, and the world held its breath. The arrival of these extraterrestrial beings shattered the illusion of normalcy, forcing humanity to confront the vast unknown that lay beyond the stars. David, too, watched with a mixture of fear and fascination. The news played on a loop, showing grainy images of the alien vessel, its surface shimmering with an otherworldly glow. He felt a strange pull, a sense of responsibility he couldn't quite explain. The weight of his newfound abilities pressed down on David. He was different, special, but at what cost? The world was on the brink of chaos, threatened by an unknown force, and he, David the librarian, was supposed to do something about it? The fear was crippling. What if he wasn't enough? What if he failed? The fate of the world, the lives of everyone he knew, rested on his shoulders. The pressure was immense, suffocating. But there was another feeling too, a sense of purpose, a calling he couldn't ignore. Deep down, he knew he couldn't stand idly by while the world crumbled around him. He had to try. He had to be brave. Section 5. The Weight of the World. News reports grew more alarming with each passing day. The aliens, tall and imposing with advanced technology, made their intentions clear. They were here to conquer. Cities crumbled under their assault, their advanced weaponry reducing buildings to rubble. Fear turned to despair. Governments surrendered. Armies were decimated. Hope dwindled with each passing moment. The world watched in horror as the aliens tightened their grip, their planet on the verge of succumbing to a force they couldn't understand, let alone defeat. David knew he couldn't wait any longer. The time for doubt was over. The world needed a hero, and he was the only one who could answer the call. Section 6. The Gathering Storm. News of David's abilities spread like wildfire. Whispers of a man who could control objects with his mind, who possessed superhuman strength, reached the ears of those fighting back against the alien invaders. A glimmer of hope, faint but persistent, ignited in the hearts of the resistance. David trained relentlessly, honing his abilities, preparing for the inevitable confrontation. He learned to control his powers, to harness the energy that coursed through his veins. He wasn't just David the librarian anymore. He was a symbol of hope, a beacon of defiance against an overwhelming enemy. The resistance, a ragtag group of soldiers and civilians united against a common enemy, welcomed him with open arms. They saw in him a chance, a sliver of hope in their darkest hour. And David, in turn, found strength in their unwavering spirit, their refusal to surrender. Section 7. Clash of Titans. The final battle was a spectacle of awe-inspiring power and devastating destruction. David, now a symbol of hope known as the Guardian, led the resistance against the alien invaders, his powers unleashed in a dazzling display of light and energy. The ground trembled beneath their feet as David fought with the strength of 1,000 men, deflecting energy blasts, levitating debris, and shielding his comrades from harm. The air crackled with energy, the sky ablaze with the fury of their desperate struggle. The aliens, caught off guard by David's powers, found themselves outmatched, their advanced technology no match for the raw power he wielded. Still, they fought back with relentless ferocity, determined to crush this unexpected resistance. Section 8. Dawn of a New Age. The tide turned with a final, earth-shattering blast of energy. The alien mothership, their command center, crippled and spiraling out of control, crashed into the desolate landscape, marking the end of their invasion. The remaining alien forces, their leadership decimated, surrendered, their dreams of conquest shattered. A wave of relief washed over the battered planet. Cheers erupted from the exhausted but victorious resistance fighters. They had won. Against all odds, they had repelled the invaders and secured their freedom. And at the heart of their victory stood David, the Guardian, the ordinary man who had risen to become their champion. The world had changed. It had faced the abyss and emerged stronger, more united. The scars of the invasion remained, a reminder of their brush with annihilation, but so too did the spirit of resilience, the unwavering belief in their ability to overcome even the most daunting challenges. Section 9. Legacy of Hope. In the aftermath, David returned to his simple life, to the comfort of his books and the familiar routine of the library. He hung up his mantle of the Guardian, but the world remembered. He became a symbol of hope, a testament to the potential for greatness that resided within them all. The world rebuilt, stronger and more united. The alien invasion had taught them the importance of collaboration, of setting aside their differences in the face of a common enemy. They had learned that, even in their darkest hour, hope could spring from the most unexpected places. David, the once ordinary librarian, had become a legend, his story whispered from generation to generation. He had shown them that anyone could be a hero, that true strength lay not in superpowers, but in the courage to fight for what was right, to stand up for what they believed in, no matter the cost. His legacy was one of hope, a beacon reminding them that even in the face of overwhelming darkness, the human spirit could endure, adapt, and ultimately triumph.